All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Cam, calm down. Come on, calm down. We haven't even started this thing. You're already giggling. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the HSEL. We're a little bit behind today. I had some technical difficulties at the start, but we're here now. That's all that
Nah,
matters.
nothing.
Nothing happened. We're right on schedule. We're right on schedule. I'm Michael K, and I'm joined by the one and the only lovely Cam. Come here right next to me. It's gonna be. I think it's my left. The screen's right, but
Nope,
you get
I
yeah.
got it wrong.
Over. I don't know where it
I'm
is.
used to be on your side. I've got so good at pointing this way that now I'm on the right side of the screen that I pointed the wrong direction. So, hi, I'm Kim Com. I go to Ball State, just in case you didn't see. Hello. We do be casting HSEL, I do believe today in the California region state. It's a region state.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, exactly. It's the
Yeah,
California division, right? It's day number 1.
there
The
you go.
regular
That's the word.
season has begun. And like you mentioned, right, Xavier Saints going up against the Eagles. We're just waiting for the draft itself to get underway. And I mean, I think it's really first time for both of us here on this particular channel itself. So, while we're still
Yeah.
maybe lacking in the narrative department, we're learning with these teams as they go.
Mhm. Learning with these teams. This is though week one, I guess day one of week one
Yep.
for the regular season for both of these teams as well. We did have a preseason during the past month or so, but this is week one, and it is also important to note that the previous patch that we were playing on just yesterday, I think it was 13.2b, was actually reverted today. So I do believe we are now playing back on 13.2a, so like revert all the changes that we would have otherwise got to talk about.
Rest in
We're
peace.
on the
Yeah.
same patch still.
Yeah, indeed, we are. Rest in peace to those changes. So it is what it is. I'm not sure if we've got an estimate yet on when we get into draft. I just want to hop into this thing. I'm ready to just
Yeah.
go. We've been waiting to get into these games, and I'm excited to see what they've got to give to us. But yeah, like you mentioned.
You can't keep me for long.
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle as well?
Work to the wall.
Weak will fools.
I could do better.
Let me at 'em.
B1 Bears. The B1 for this game was actually do you want me to spoil it?
Just go
It was
for
not
it.
selected yet on. Okay, the B1 this game was Yumi, which is one of the reasons that I was like, we have to talk about the patch was reverted today because, as you may have noticed, the patch that we would have otherwise been playing on basically gutted Yumi. Riot decided that Yumi should be a champion for players to learn the game on, so they removed any and all utility that anyone can use outside of a silver elo game. So if you're picking her outside of a silver elo game at this point, on the new patch, not the patch that we're playing right now, we're like in a very weird. This has never happened
We're
before,
like
as far
limbo
as
right
I
now.
know.
We're like patch
Yeah,
limbo.
Deny me.
Once again, a woman's left
patch
unsatisfied.
is actually good. If it happens tomorrow, though, assuming that the patch comes back tomorrow, don't be one Yumi again.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't come back mid this game, we should be good to go, good to roll. But yeah, obviously, we are seeing them pick in the lineup order. It was a little bit different as they pulled the draft beforehand here, but just looking at the side itself, man, is cross coming out, and I love casting cross because it is always
Yes.
it's like either we're gonna see the Spanish clock 0-2 can do nothing, or we're about to see an absolute kick itself from Lava.
An absolute giga stomp. I think the Croc has also been rising a lot in popularity in pro play recently as well because he was ranked S tier on LS's competitive pro tier
Oh,
list.
Lord.
If you watch those things, it has been swapped from F tier to S tier in LS's eyes. I don't know how that happened, but if we're going off that, tier list, then absolutely it does make sense, as you can see on the red team here for the Eagles. That is not top to bot lineup. Yep, I was gonna say it is in fact a Darius top and a Leona bot. The pick orders here, I'll just read them off real quickly. For Xavier Saints on the blue side, it was Yumi B1, and then Zaya Renekton B2 B3, and then second round was Cassidon and Vi. And then for the Eagles, it was Leona Draven, R1 R2, that classic bot lane, and then the Darius R3. Akali R4 and Amumu was the last pick for their jungler. What are your thoughts about last picking Amumu jungle?
I was gonna say that's a pretty base move, man. I'm not gonna lie. They waited, dude. They more importantly, they pulled no stops grabbing that Leona Draven combo. They were like, listen, this is what we want to do. And honestly, when I'm looking over at Xavier Saints, you might call me a little bit biased because I mean they have my middle name, man. They got Xavier, and I'm a little biased, but I'm a little worried at the same time for Timon because Leona Draven, man, that's an impressive lane, especially when you've got you're a solo operator basically with Yumi, just kind of chilling on your back.
Yeah, Yumi isn't gonna be, like you said, kind of just not gonna be as impactful in this lane as obviously the Xayah is. I think Xayah is I think she was buffed on the patch that was reverted as well. She is going to be in a little bit of a weaker state on the version that they're playing on right now, but I still think Xayah into Draven, Xayah is going to be able to eventually outscale, but that laning phase, like you said, is going to be very hard for a Xayah Yuumi to try and play through.
Yeah, definitely gonna, it's skill based. It is what it is, right? I definitely feel like we're gonna see some assistance coming out from Kaede Hara into that bot, but more importantly, I want to see him go in that top lane. I want to see him have it just snowballing, shut this Darius down early, get the croc on top, because that's what I want to see, those 100 to 0s real quick PTA one shots coming through.
PTA one shots. I heard PTA, and for some reason, my first thought for PTA was on Leona. I don't know where I got that from. I think PTA Leona.
Okay, new tech.
Funny.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
New tech. We have talked a lot about the bot side, though. I want to talk about the mid jungle matchups, since these were picked a lot later in the draft. That Vi Cassidon was B4, B5 for them. I think Vi Cassidon are both like vacuum really good champions, but I don't see a whole lot of synergy between them. Like, yes, they're probably both S tier champions in their own right, but Vi plus Cassidon, like, Vi's very early game, Cassidon is very late game.
Yeah, definitely some way to look at it as maybe you kind of got that insurance, right, for the Cassidon, because you've got this very early, impressive Renekton, you've got this early impressive Vi, and so definitely kind of feels like we're not going to be seeing too much attention cast into the mid lane here from Xavier Saints. Really wouldn't surprise me if Kaede just says, listen, CX, Triple G, buddy, it's going to be GG for you in this mid lane. You're on your own. Do your thing. Just, get to 16. I'll make sure the rest of the team is where they need to be when you're ready. So I have a feeling that we're going to see something like that from Kaede. And on the flip side, though, Amumu, he's coming in quick to this mid lane, looking to just shut this Cassidon down, get the Akali ahead.
Yeah, I guess Amumu was like, historically Amumu is like counter high MR comps, but the only magic damage that Xavier Saints has is the Cassidon, which is actually very beneficial to that Cassidon, but then it confuses me as to why they picked Amumu last, because he only gets to really build that MR and the Demonic Embrace to protect himself against Cassidon. The rest of the team is all AD.
Yeah, no, that's listen, maybe it's that dark tech that we don't know about. Who knows? They're cooking. You gotta give them something. They're cooking something.
Out of the PT Leona, you know what?
At this point, they have to pull it. I am a little worried though for Xavier, because if they somehow, some way, let's say this Akali is able to get off her feet, start snowballing it up, right? Other than the cease and assist really coming through from Vi and possibly the feathers being pulled back from time in here, they're lacking a little bit in a way to just stop this Akali in her tracks, I feel like. And that's always a very dangerous situation to be, especially when you're the ADC.
Yeah, a very low, like you say, CC comp here from Xavier Saints. Xayah is probably one of, if not the safest AD carries in the game for her own, I guess body, however you want to call it, right? Like, Xayah could protect herself really well, but for the rest of the team, not going to be able to protect them nearly as well. So Akali in this matchup probably wants to be one-shotting Cassidon or even Vi more than the Xayah, because in theory, Xayah should be able to press R to dodge away from Cassidon, or Akali even every single time.
That's true. Definitely should be all right there, as we are Loading up.
In-game.
Yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to be on the Rift itself. There we go. We are on the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. Xavier University throwing down against the Eagles here. Are we going to see a level 1 invade somehow, some way, Camcom? Please tell me. I love level 1 invades. I don't like 5-man lineup. Nope,
I would
I'd be
prefer a level 1
disappointed.
invade. I definitely would like to level 1 invade, but based on these comps and based on there being a cast in the game, I would
Yeah.
probably predict that there won't be level 1 invade. If anything, it would just be like Butter and Saki, like just going in 2v2 in the bot lane.
Yeah, definitely so. Damn, I set myself up for disappointment. I won't lie. Usual 5-man lineup coming through here. More importantly, though, seeing as the moment both junglers starting up in that top lane, possibly, perhaps. Back is coming through from Pendulum, so curious to see how they look to throw down there. But what's this path going to be looking like these first early levels? What do you think? Okay.
Pathing for the first early levels. I would expect a 3 camp here. From the Vi, if that happens. I mean, you got some sort of invade. They know
True.
exactly where Kadahara is.
They do here for it. Eddie, though, with the footwork, man, he's running circles around him. He's out of there, though. Getting that early ward down, though. Allow them to track Pendulum. So he's going to move on to this bot lane here.
Moving back onto the bot lane, we could talk a little bit more about the or not objectives, the pathing from the early junglers here. Like I said, I expect Kadahara to probably do a 3 camp into starting top sets or probably a top lane gank to get the Renekton ahead, and I would expect a 5 or 6 camp clear Pendulum on the Amumu. Not a super early game ganker, gonna be farming up to that level 6 power spike. Absolutely massive for the Amumu. Amumu doesn't do a whole lot before level 6, and definitely not a whole lot before the first item either.
Yeah, definitely takes some time to get online as both the junglers down in reverse here already. Already some fighting going down here in this top lane, though. You like to see 2 of these very oppressive top laners early on. They're going to be scrapping. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get nasty. As Hava's just going to be dashing in and out here looking for a little bit of damage, looking to set something up. But time's ticking for him, man. Pendulum's on his way up. Already, though. Nice Zenith Blade does land. Look at that's what I'm talking about, Cam. Look at that. That is so oppressive. It's just such a feels bad moment. What are you going to do against that?
Yeah, I got real worried there for a time, and I was like, you're level 1 against the level 2 bot lane. Eagles getting that level 2 advantage over the Xavier Saints bot lane is absolutely massive for the Draven Leona. They could have almost looked for lethal range there, at least maybe getting 1 summoner spell out from the Xavier Saints bot lane. Just luckily, I mean, the Xayah was able to keep the cleanse as well as the flash.
Yeah, very big, especially going into that Leona right with the Amumu bandage toss as well. Gonna want to hold on to that for as long as possible here. Because now, Pendulum is almost finished with that full clear. Curious to see if he looks to make anything kind of low at the moment, so doubt he's gonna look for it. Maybe he will, though. Indeed, Mac Pulse is getting pretty low. It's the heal from the Q, though. Pendulum's here, finds 1 bandage toss onto a minion, though, unfortunately. Has to wait for the second one to come up. Finds it, it lands, flash out from Haba. So that's going to be a little bit of something. No kill, but at least he grabbed the flash.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the mid lane there as well, it was like a drive-by gank from Kadahara. He was just looking to walk from the top side back to the bot side. Didn't get any summoner spells in the mid lane, just the flash for Ghost Traded in the top lane there. So I would definitely say a lot more favor towards the Eagles as well. Pendulum getting the first gank before Kadahara was not what I was expecting when I was talking about my
You
first
promised
clear
me it was going to
prediction.
take a while. You said Pendulum was going to wait till level 6, and here he is. He is subverting expectations right now. Now he's on his way possibly into this mid lane, but Jovi just a little bit too spooky here for CX, as back might come through from Pendulum. Never mind, he's still going to be waiting for some kind of opportunity to present himself, as Kaede's here now as well. Find the bandage toss, go, and the ignite is out. It's ticking, and down it goes over to Anchovy. Can they grab the double is the question. Kaede with the flash under the tower to stay alive, but that's first blood onto none other than Anchovy's Anchovy, the one person we said we don't want getting ahead early on if you are on the side of Xavier.
Now, Anchovy did pick up first blood. Of course, it is an extra gold injection in his pocket, but burning the flash as well as the ignite before hitting that crucial level 6 power spike does open up a really crucial timing for Kadahara to make a counter gank and get a kill back on the CX Triple G. I think that is actually going to be more beneficial for them, as now you see Anchovy thinks he got a kill, thinks he is ahead, and he is ahead for now. But that Dark
You
Seal is
fool.
not going to be very beneficial when Katahara makes the regank here in a couple of minutes.
Ever the optimist. We're going to have to wait and see what Katie looks to do with that timer. First drag is up and available now as well. We can already see Pendulum in his way down bot, possibly looking to start something up as Saki has come around with the long conflict. Doesn't find the
Nice
Zenith
dodge.
Blade, though. That's a very nice dodge. They do find the singular stun, are going to burn that cleanse, get on out of there. So only going to get the cleanse out of that one.
Cleanse and the Flash.
True.
Both of them burn. That is two massive summoners now gone. Like I said, before that level 6 hits, now Timon in the same exact position as Anchovy, just on opposite sides of the maps. Now the bot lane here for AH Eagles is screaming, come on Pendulum, we're about to hit level 6 in like 2 minutes. Just come and it's a free gank, or free kill on a Timon, and of course minutes of clean ops here for CXGG and Katahara. And it's just going to be a matter of who hits level 6 first, and which jungler is faster to that lane is going to end up determining what is going to happen in either this mid or bot lane for the next 5 minutes.
That is indeed going to be the question. Level 6 finally up for both of these mid laners might be incredibly huge. Like you mentioned, though, that timer, right? Still taken down for Anchovy. Still no flash available, no ignite as well. But Pendulum, as well as Katahara, both on this top side here, maybe looking for that re-gang, that second round of ganks to come through, possibly. Gonna have to wait and see what happens on there, as at the moment, things will be somewhat quieter for now.
Quieter for now. First dragon has been up for a couple of minutes now. It is that first Chemtech dragon, the first Rift Herald. Usually is the objective that actually goes down first, even though it spawns second. And you see just the high pressure that the top side of Xavier Saints is just putting on the map. It's almost vertical jungling to the point of the pressure that they have on the top side right now. But bot lane,
Yeah, speaking of pressure, a lot of pressure on the timing right here. A lot of damage coming through with those axes, but once again, just not quite enough to take them out. But once again, double sums being burnt here from Aquiller. Had to use the ignite, had to use the exhaust as well. While on the flip side, both bot laners here for the Eagles have all sums available. I'm getting a little worried for them if Timon stays this low in a turn. There's the Yuumi heals coming through.
Yuumi heals. Those Yuumi heals are very, very weak. Like 6 hours ago. And now they're back. Now you give heals and movement speed again. Oh my goodness. The funniest part about like the massive Yuumi rework that they did on the micro patch was the fact that they removed movement speed from her E entirely. But you know her E is called zoomies. So it's zoomies without zoom anymore. It's just E's. It's Heelys is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they got to rename it to. Just Heelys. Come on, Riot. Pick up Cam, come here. Rename some abilities. Clearly, you're lying to us here. As now, see the convergence here. Yeah, it's not zoom. It's not zoom. Don't call it zoomies anymore. More importantly, though, we're seeing the convergence onto the drag here. Pendulum, as well as his bros in the bot lane, have moved on down, but Anchovy's is looking for another engage to come through. The ignite's down, and look at that, the 5-point strike, getting him yet another kill. That's going to be 2 stacks onto the Dark Seal. The dragon is picked up as well for the Eagles. Everything's looking good for him.
Yeah, just like that, they got a 2,000 gold lead for the Eagles. Katahara looking to make something happen here on the top side.
Indeed, Haba very nicely done, waiting for those stacks to decrease there. Now Mac Pulse is in a tricky spot, flashes forward, didn't get a heal with that Q though, could be incredibly detrimental. Pop the ghost, he's running for his life. Oh, gets the heal from the Q, but it's not enough. Okay, they're gonna run him down and put him in the dirt. Oh, Timon. Timon.
It's still going.
It's been Timon. It's been fun, my boy. Oh, he's got the sidestep tech though, but it's just not enough. There's too many CCs. Down he goes. And poor little Aquiller, nothing he can do. Will he at least get the refrag? At least he goes 1 for 1. Saki just barely getting out with a couple of HP points to his name, as CX is on his way over now as well, but too little, too late.
That timing was so unfortunate for Timon. As funny as those words are, timing and Timon, but I don't know if you caught it there, Echo, but Timon literally hit level 6 like 5 frames before he died. So he did die with Featherstorm. Yes, if this was solo queue, you could flame him and spam us all and be like, hey, you died with Featherstorm, haha. But no, it would have been like literally pixel perfect, like frame reaction speed type of timing if he was able to hit that Featherstorm.
That's so
It-
unfortunate.
It was so sad.
Yeah, not only because, I mean, he even sidestepped the Banish Toss and the Zenith Blade as well. The Solar Flare just a bit too big for him to get out of the way up, but that was so beautifully done. Regardless, though, Time's just gonna have to bounce back. You know, you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations. It builds character. That's the arc I'm going for.
Yes.
It's just his hero arc.
Building character. You get to build a lot more character now against a Essence Reaver Draven as well. Yeah, this is a very hard lane. We talked about it a little bit during draft, but now you really get to see it play out. Is the Xayah Yuumi lane just is not able to interact with the very early game dominant Leona Draven. Like, just matchup wise, this matchup is so difficult to play from the Xayah Yuumi perspective. And the fact that he's only down 20 CS at this point is honestly
He's
not
about to be
bad.
down a whole lot more, though.
Might be a little
Capcom. Okay, Featherstorm gets dropped with the final chapters while keeping him alive. Nice heal. But oh my god, the damage comes through. And Butternator is just going to go ahead, put Timon down in his place, and he's about to be down a whole lot more CS.
Yeah, if there's one thing a Draven is not lacking at any point in the game, especially if he has 1 or 2 kills on you, though, it is going to be in the damage department. That, what, 10-minute Essence Reaver completed, and is only going to continue getting more difficult as well. We have had 2 solo kills, technically, in the mid lane for Anchovy. He is in a position to look for a third here now, as Ignite just came off the cooldown. Perfect Execute is also online.
Definitely. So I'm honestly a little bit surprised by the movement of Kaede so far. I thought for certain we were going to see him put a lot more prioritization into the top as well as the bot lane, but honestly, we've really only seen him in this bot lane. Obviously, he came top once to grab himself a little killer, but other than that, we've really only seen him kind of do a little bit of a dance in the mid lane, trying to match Pendulum. Haven't seen him down bot at all, though, really, and clearly, Timon's going to need some backup sooner than later. Here we go.
Pendulum in the top
Pendulum.
lane.
Yeah, speaking of junglers though, Pendulum, he's on it. He knows what the assignment is. Put the croc in the dirt, and they do exactly that. MacPulse gonna pick up that kill.
MacPulse getting put right back into where he was before the gank from Katahara, if not even more ahead than he was previously. As now, with taking that Rift Shield there by Pendulum, they get to drop the Rift Shield on the top side. MacPulse already having a pretty decent 15 CS lead just about over Renekton. I don't know,
Yeah.
Hava? Yeah, Hava.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hava
top lane.
indeed, a very nice Zenith Blade, and good night time. And it's been fun, buddy. You can pull those feathers back, but you can't dodge the auto attacks. And Butternator says goodbye. Give me that gold. Give me those stacks.
Lots of stacks just going straight into Draven's pockets right now. Butternator having what is the best Draven bot lane that you could possibly hope for, really, when you pick Draven. You're like, please pick a scaling AD carry, please pick a scaling support. And that's the exact lane that he's going to play against right now, and he is all about it on this Draven now. As much damage as they were able to do that top tower with the Rift Herald, Butternator and Saki have done that on their own without the Rift Herald help on the bot lane.
That is wild. You can even see Ackler who's trying to hold the line, but I mean, it's just, you know, it's Yuumi. No
Yeah.
items, no damage. It feels bad, even with that one kill under the belt. Not too much they can do. Next drag up in a couple of seconds now as well. You can already see the movement towards. They're going to look to pick this thing up. And with Kaede over in that mid lane, it should be a guaranteed drag. Hopefully they can at least get something forward in this mid lane as a bit of trading goes down in the top. But unfortunately, nothing going to come out of that. And now you just gave over a free drag as well and got nothing for it.
2 dragons now in the pockets of the AH Eagles. I saw a disconnect from Butternator. I'm assuming that they paused. Or, yep, okay. I was like, that was definitely a pause, right? So it is a pause here for Butternator, but they do still have, what is that, like a 5,000 growth lead? It was previously 2,000 for Eagles, so it's only been growing, and now a 2-0 dragon lead. I'm not entirely sure the soul is quite yet, but, no, the soul of the map hasn't gone over, right?
No, not yet. No,
Okay.
not yet. We're gonna find out in a minute. I think honestly, I think Butternator just had to like step away from the PC, like pinch himself real quick, because there's no way that this Draven game is going this well. Like, there's no way that he's being given the perfect conditions to just shine in this game like he is right now.
It's like you pick a full scaling bot side plus like an early game top side that's just completely left this bot lane alone for right now, and it's like Butternator and Saki just get to do whatever they want on the spot lane. And
Yeah.
in addition to that as well, like we keep saying, Anchovy has 2 solo kills. Like I was flaming the Darkseid a little bit, but he's got 2 stacks on it now, and Katahara's not been there to punish it quite yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, it's really unfortunate because it kind of needs to, you got to start moving, right? You got to start using them legs to carry you around because bot lane ain't been working out for you. We saw how teammate couldn't even step up to the wave if it's in the middle point. We're at this point where bot lane really is just under complete control from Butternator and Saki. And top lane, Magpulse and Pendulum, they're just bros, right? Pendulum's like, listen, I'm coming up top, bro. Let's get this done. Comes up top, they grab themselves the kill. And Kaede's just kind of been, here and there, but not where he needs to be when he needs to be there.
Yeah, he's been at the right places, but in the wrong times is definitely the right way to put it, like you said, as you get to come back to our faces, beautiful faces. I don't know if you want to say beautiful faces, but right before we went back to our beautiful faces, I just noticed, guess what the CS lane in the mid lane is right now?
Dude, I don't know, hit me. What is it?
It's more than 20.
More than 20. Oh, okay. Things not looking good, huh? Oh, things are not looking good. I'm gonna say like 30, 35.
More than that.
What? Oh no. 45? I hope I'm wrong at
More
this
than
point.
that.
No, you're lying to me. This is not okay. What? What is it?
No, a collie friend is like, I think the quick maths that I did in like 2 seconds said 52. It's somewhere in the 50s range right
Oh,
now
Lord.
that a collie has over Caston. Now, yes, Caston is by no means is supposed to win in the early game, but there is such a skill as losing gracefully, and he's trying his best as it right now, but giving 2 solo kills and a 50 CS lead to an Akali is going to make it very hard to hit that level 16 power spike later in this game.
That is really rough. I'm trying to imagine what the CS lead in the bot lane is gonna look like. Excuse me, gosh, because from the looks of it, I mean, he can't even step to lane at this point. It's rough for him. As we're being told that we're about to get back onto the rift in a second here, as the
Sorry, you're leaving
pause
us
has
again.
been, the pause has been resolved, but. It is not 50 CS. No,
Oh,
not even
40.
close.
It's 40.
It's just about 32.
Oh, I don't know where I got 50 from then. In my brain it was 50. I was like, dang, how did he get 50 CS?
You'd have been a little bit closer if you had said perhaps in the not even the bot lane, actually. It's not even that close either. It's still a good 20, 30 off here. So, at least bot losing gracefully, as Haba about to not lose so gracefully. He's about to lose bloody. Down he goes. The guillotine is going to take him out. He got dunked on.
This is why I can't do quick maths live on stream. I will not attempt to do quick maths live again on stream. Haba's doing quick maths right now at the top lane.
Yeah, indeed he does. This is the fight we got to see before.
Oh, is this the same kill?
Yeah, it's just
I was
the
like,
same kill.
I was like, wait, what?
He just resurrected real quick to fight him again, and unfortunately ended the same way for him.
I was like, did he TP? Did we like go forward in time, like a minute or 2? Like I don't know. I was gonna say it was a different fight. Okay, you know what? It's 50 CS if you add the mid and the bot lane CS leads combined. All right.
All right, yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah,
30,
you're right.
30
You're right.
plus like 20. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, 50. There we go. In total, 50. Surprisingly, I'm a little shocked by the move. Actually, Magpulse opting to not take out that turret yet and cash in that gold. Instead, gonna go ahead and just head back, keep that turret alive, make it that much more unplayable for Haba. No, he's got to step back up to that turret.
Now, we do have objective bounties very early in this game here for Xavier Saints.
Oh no, Zenith Blade lands, Featherstorm, final chapter, but a nice solar flare. However, they're still rooted up, so they're not going to die this time. The ult's coming back, though. I don't think it'll be enough to take out Timon. It will not.
Man, I had a great point line up there, so I'm gonna go. No, don't
Nope,
do
you're gonna have to
this.
wait a little bit longer. I'm sorry,
Story.
they're gonna get hit by the bandage. Curse of the Sad Mummy gets dropped, flashes over the wall. They're gonna look to maybe chase him down. Never mind. They gotta respect the turret. Turret damage does hurt.
They gotta respect my stories, but they gotta respect Tear Echo. No, they're still not. Okay,
No, okay, yeah. Now you're good.
First turn on the top lane. We're all good. TP was channeled there by
You better hurry.
CX as well.
You better hurry. Tell the story
This is
now or it's too
scary.
late.
Okay, no, we're good. All right, so they got objective bounties at the exact 14-minute mark. Now, as you may learn and rank from your teammates, right, Echo? You get objective bounties. The earliest possible time in the game is 14 minutes. So if you get them at 14 minutes, it is a very
wrong.
bad sign.
Something is
for your
very,
early
very
game.
wrong.
There is a 7,000 goal lead at the moment.
Oh, Pendulum with the bandage toss. Still needs to wait for Anchovy to get on over there. Finds the shuriken. The damage comes through. And down goes Gaddy. Can they find the double? CX back under the turret. But Anchovy does not care. He will find you no matter where you go.
Man, we got a full demonic embrace coming out from Pendulum so early in this game, as well as now a 6-stack Dark Steel. We got a full AP for now, at least. A Mumu in the jungle. I do expect that he's going to build some sort of tank, a mythic, or item later in this game if you do get that long. But for now, it is full AP, so you really do have to watch out for the amount of damage that Pendulum is going to do. You like to see in a Mumu, and you like to think he's not going to do damage, and then he one-shots you.
You don't like to see a Mumu, though, if you're timing. He's seen it one too many times, and they were peeking and creeping in that bot lane, but looking like they're going to opt to actually spare them. How gracious of them to let Timon live for a little bit.
How gracious. Getting time in a couple more seconds here to hopefully get that Featherstorm off of cooldown. I don't think it's going to give him enough time to get it off of cooldown, so he is forced to fully back off. But just in case he does need it, that cleanse is just about back online now.
Gotta be careful. We're gonna go ahead and run into that jungle. Pendulum was waiting in that bush, but no avail. Returning back to lane. Saki's gonna look for that Zenith Blade. Finds it. The Featherstorm does get dropped though, but it doesn't matter. It's just CC after CC. Down he goes. And Butternator, while he's not able to get the double kill, it doesn't matter. He got timing. He's happy.
Man, the CC was just too long for Timon to even be able to pull the feathers back. I definitely think if he has just that millisecond of less CC to be able to pull the feathers back, could have resulted in a kill on Saki. I don't think Butter would have been rooted by the feathers, but if they do claim that 500 shutdown from Butter on the Timon, will change the entire course of the spot lead, probably for the rest of the game. That 550 shutdown would be massive in putting Timon back into this game. Probably won't ever have a lead over Butter in the vacuum matchup, but I definitely think at least getting to do some sort of damage without constantly being on the opposite side of the map to stay alive will be beneficial.
Look at that damage coming through though from Anchovy.
That was too much.
Oh my god, that to hurt. Okay, now really he's got a dip. CX on his way over as well. Both of them are gonna have to give over ownership of their own jungle. Never mind, they're not giving it up without a fight, but this is not a fight that you win. This is not a fight you want to take. The curse of the sad mummy gets dropped, and it's about to be guillotine hour. Boom, dunk on him. CX gonna go ahead and run off. Anchovy found a new target, and that's gonna be time. And we see the knockback come through. The damage, the axe finds the mark, and that's gonna be. Oh, that was a beautiful bandage toss right over the wall. And Pendulum says, "Thank you, bye-bye, good night." Anchovy picks up the kill. They pick up the turret. They're dropping the herald. Gamcom, is there anything that the Eagles can't have on this map?
Oh man, that flash bandage toss. I think the highlight probably of this entire game so far was that flash bandage toss.
That was beautiful. That was
by
absolutely.
Pendulum. Like, it was pretty much pixel perfect. Just the exact distance. He knew the distance that he needed to land the bandage onto Aquilier, and he knew that he had to flash to reach it at that very moment. That's exactly what he was able to do. Now 3 dragons in a row, back to back to back for the AH Eagles. A now 13,000 goal lead. I think that quick math may or may not be right. Just about at the 20-minute mark.
Indeed, yeah.
That's
Normally, I try to be optimistic, Gamcom, but I won't lie to you. It's looking bleak in this game right now for Xavier Saints. Is there a door, a window, any I don't know, a crevice of opportunity left for these guys?
Let me break it down for you here, Echo, real quick.
All right.
This is their win con for the Xavier Saints. Are you ready for it?
This is gonna be bad.
The patch gets re-reverted.
Oh no,
right
I knew it was gonna be bad. I was like, it's gonna be something real bad, and you're hitting me with that.
We go back to patch 13.2b. Zaya gets the buffs. Caston gets the buffs.
Okay,
and now the team's buff is all buffs.
Hear me out. We try to take out Mac Pulse, which they're doing exactly now. Finds the heal, but the ghost, no, They can't get
Oh
him.
my
Solar
gosh,
flare from Saki. There's no way he died. Oh my god, Saki is the GOAT. Saki is the GOAT. The MVP of the game. Beautiful solar flare with Zenith Blade to make sure that the turret does the damage needed. They take out Haba. It was looking great. It was looking like they were going to come back. But Saki says, no, go back to the fountain.
Okay, so I think instead of reverting the patch that we were previously on a couple of hours ago, I think instead we should change the patch to just single-handedly like buff the 5 champions. Like, don't do any of the Yumi nerfs or anything like that. No, leave Yumi as she is right now. Just buff the rest, the 4 champions on Xavier Saints, and I think it might just be winnable.
Might just be the move. Start writing some emails over to Riot, please. We need this right now. Things are not looking good.
Ranked.
Exactly. Re-enable
Just
ranked.
these 4 champs buffed.
Yeah, it's looking. I already said it's looking bleak. I'm trying to think of another word for it, but I mean, it really is just looking bad for. We'll just go with bad because it's just too many words that I could use for Xavier Saints situation right now. But it was a nice showing, right? That they're trying to concoct some kind of plan. They're trying to find some kind of an angle. Didn't work out for them. And they cannot afford to have something go awry like that 1 or 2 more times, as now they just find Haba. And I mean, the CC chain, there's nowhere he can go. The turret focusing pendulum, but he's so damn tanky that it doesn't matter. Bro just tanked like 4 to 5 tower shots and just walked it off like it's nothing. And I don't think Timon's gonna be walking this one on anytime soon. Down he goes. The camera swaps back to top. We see a little bit of action going on. It swaps back to mid. And Kaede just barely getting out of that one alive. I'm not sure if I can say the same for CX, just barely escaping that one with a slash.
I mean, it really is just a masterclass from every lane. Like, you even called in that team fight, right? It's just constantly going back from mid and top in this circumstance. But really, during the laning phase, it was constantly mid and bot that were just solo kill into always AH Eagles coming out on top. The massive, I'm not gonna try to do that one. 12? Nope, not 12. What is the gold lead right now?
Oh,
Too
well,
much
luckily
is what
we
it
can
is.
hold on to it. It's going to be a whole lot more because down goes Butternator. They finally found the pick. Is this the move? It's the question. They're going to lose Haba, unfortunately. It's going to be a double kill. It's Dunk City. He's going LeBron on him. A triple kill for Mac Pulse, and that's going to be the ace. And Cancom, I hate to say, but it's looking to me like AH Eagles are going to close it out and grab themselves this game in the regular season of week 1 of the HSEL.
And this is a best of 1, so it is the official 1-0 for the AH Eagles here as well. Xavier Saints, maybe the win con was the Nexus. The win con was taking down Butternator, and that is exactly what they did in this game. So we do have 2 teams actually winning here, say 1 team just with a different win con than the classic League of Legends one that we are used to.
Listen, you might have to give Mac Pulse your jersey because he was balling right there at the end, especially. He was getting just dunk after dunk on the. But I think you pointed it out perfectly just a couple of minutes ago. It was really just a masterclass from every single lane, right? Every single lane did exactly what they needed to do, whether it was getting ahead early or just taking their time, scaling up, and then just getting right to it.
Getting right back now to our beautiful faces. Welcome back. AH Eagles didn't even need the Dragons. Didn't even need to soul that game. They had the objective bounties from 14 minutes. They had the, 13,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. It was just every single point. They knew what they were doing. You draft an early game team comp, and if you win from the early game, then that's exactly what the team comp is meant to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough. Really, that's all you could say. It was rough for Xavier. It just felt like a few of them didn't really know what the assignment was. They didn't quite understand it. A lot of moving parts didn't quite make a whole, and things just started crumbling down from it. It's like you said, right? You win the early game with those champs, especially. It's just so hard to claw your way back, and it's so sad because we saw Xavier, right? They tried to claw their way back. We saw some good showings from them.
Yeah, the mid-jungle 2v2s were really close in the first couple of levels. I especially liked the counter ganks as well that the Vi was able to get on the Mubo for the first couple of minutes. But then the lanes themselves just got so out of control and so out of proportion that there wasn't really a safe lane for Vi to gank. And the one lane that he was able to gank safely was a top lane, which he was still able to get some kills up there. So he was trying his best. It was just individually the AH Eagles players were able to come out on top.
Yeah, definitely. So an amazing stellar performance coming out from us as well. But unfortunately, that's our only game that we're going to be covering tonight, as we only got to get this one single game. At least it was a banger. I said the caster word.
Yes.
It was a bit of a banger. So it was definitely one hell of a
series on our hands.
We have a series on our hands. Unfortunately, we don't. We're gonna have to wait a little bit before that comes around. It's only a best of one, like you mentioned. But regardless, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Camco, thank you so much for being with me here tonight. Casting this with me. Absolutely. And hopefully the rest of you guys, I'm not sure time zone wise. I'm a blessed East Coast boy, so I don't know what the time's like over on the west side. I think it's like
have a good afternoon.
Yeah, a good afternoon for you guys. For me, it's nighttime. For you guys, it'll also be afternoon, depending on where you're staying. Have a good yeah, it's like 4 p.m. over this. Just have a good day. That's all I gotta say. Have a good day. And thanks for watching.